Adam22 the podcaster just pump and dumped his fans. After being warned by me,
No Jumper is going broke. I know that might sound crazy. Between both of our YouTube channels last month, we got over 25 million views. We're doing well on Facebook and Snapchat. How could we be going broke? Well, let's start here.
Adam22, No Jumper, CoffeeZilla. Names that might sound random at first, but trust me, they're all tangled up in one of the wildest implosions hip-hop media has ever seen. The No Jumper empire wasn't just some small YouTube channel. It was the gatekeeper of the underground. Adam22 bulldozed his way into the scene, dropping interviews that turned nobodies into legends overnight. With over 25 million views a month, his sit-downs with XXXTentacion, Juice WRLD, and Lil Peep weren't just popular. They were culture-defining moments. No Jumper quickly became the place where the streets and the mainstream collided, and Adam was riding high like the next hip-hop media kingpin. But here's where it gets messy, because in less than 10 years, the dream turned into a disaster. Adam22 found himself drowning in scandals, allegations of sexual misconduct that shook his credibility, messy stunts with his wife Lena, the plug for clicks, shady crypto deals that fans swear looked like cash grabs, lawsuits flying in from ex-employees, and whispers about his name being tied to a federal RICO case circling around Big U. The shine came crashing down fast. Fans who once worshipped the platform started turning their backs. Revenue dropped like a rock, and the once untouchable No Jumper brand was suddenly staring down bankruptcy. Adam22 went from calling shots to scrambling for survival, forced to reckon with the fallout of every reckless move he made. And the wildest part, after peeling back the layers of this chaos, you might just end up agreeing with people online who say, No Jumper isn't even worth $10 million anymore. So what exactly turned Adam22, the so-called trailblazer who once gave underground hip-hop its biggest stage, into the guy who buried his own legacy? And after everything that's gone down, is there even a chance he can crawl back from this all-consuming collapse? Before the lawsuits, the scandals, and the federal whispers, you've got to remember something that makes today's downfall hit even harder. No Jumper wasn't always chaos. At one point, it was the rocket launch pad for an entire generation of rap stars. We're talking XXXTentacion, Juice WRLD, Lil Yachty, Lil Peep. These names touched that platform first and blew up from there. Even a decade later, some of those early videos still sit at the top of the channel's charts, pulling millions of views.
I'm a podcaster. Why the would I stop talking?
Stop talking. That's your problem.
What?
That's cool. I'll leave. But I'm telling you, you a bitch.
Get out of here.
You scared.
You're fired.
While King Yella threatened when he saw his name being used.
But it's for a reason, right? You mix my name in with from Florida. You mixing my name in with LA Crip. You got playing with my name talking about fate on skis. I'm not fighting no.
Think about it. Adam was just a white kid from New Hampshire with zero street credit. He didn't grow up around the culture. He wasn't tapped into the hood, but through sheer boldness, he forced his way in and somehow made himself a gatekeeper. That kind of leap was unheard of. But don't get it twisted. Those early days weren't smooth sailing. His rookie status made him a punchline more than once. Take the infamous Dame Dash story. Word is, Dame straight up hustled Adam for $500, claiming he needed it for a haircut, even though Dame's been bald for years. Everyone laughed, but Adam paid up. To him, scoring that interview was priceless, even if he had to look like a fool doing it. But the shine faded quick. No Jumper started swerving away from music into non-stop drama, chasing shock value over substance. The turning point? That chaotic bunk gang interview. He showed up so wasted he could barely stay upright in his chair. Adam reportedly thought about scrapping it all together, but instead, he let the cameras roll and dropped it anyway through Cam Capone News. Bunk didn't hold back. He blasted Adam22, saying straight up, he's got no principles, no morals. Adam tried to spin it, claiming he did everything he could to keep the interview on track despite how wasted his guest was. The clip ended up pulling over 5 million views, putting No Jumper back in the spotlight, but it also set off alarms about Adam's judgment. Fans started asking, was this really journalism, or was it exploitation dressed up as entertainment? That was the first major crack in Adam22's armor. His bold, risky moves were about to unlock a flood of chaos. No Jumper shifted from being a hub for music into a circus of controversy, bringing in OnlyFans stars, gang members, and rappers encouraged to start beefs just for views. Adam wasn't curating hip-hop culture anymore. He was engineering drama. But when you play with fire, you get burned. Ruger once accused Adam of using his name recklessly, while King Yella straight up threatened him after catching No Jumper dragging his name for clicks. The streets weren't laughing anymore. They felt like Adam was cashing in on other people's pain, and the backlash was building. One interviewer from another platform said it best: Adam22 isn't reporting stories, he's exploiting them. And honestly, that hit hard, because even while fans and critics piled on, No Jumper was still stacking crazy money, millions every month, a Patreon pulling six figures, and Facebook checks rolling in. Adam looked untouchable from the outside, but behind the cameras, it was smoke and mirrors. The empire started expanding too fast during the pandemic, and Adam gambled on messy sideshows like Selena Powell's series, which blew up in his face. Inside the camp, things were crumbling. Core figures like Lil House Phone, AD, T-Rail, Sharp, and Lush, guys who gave the platform its edge, were slowly losing faith. By 2023, the No Jumper house of cards finally started collapsing from the inside. Allegations of a toxic work environment ripped through the team, and the breaking point came during one of the ugliest on-air moments yet. A guest exposed deeply personal information about House Phone live on camera. Adam was begged to cut the footage, but he refused. Then, to make things worse, Adam was accused of making cold remarks about House Phone's family, and that was it. Loyalty was done. That single moment shattered friendships that had been built for years. The trust from the community collapsed instantly. D, T-Rel, Duno, and Smack all walked away together, declaring, "As black people, we have to stand together." Their exit didn't just cripple the roster, it left Adam standing alone in a room full of burned bridges. Adam tried to save face, dropping statements like, "I didn't pay enough attention to see their true value. I don't want to grow too fast anymore. I just want to build something stable and proud."
You're talking about, yeah, he's been going through the mom shit. He's been going through the health shit. You're talking about the person that fucking raised me?
Are you actually acting like I have some kind of disrespect for your mom when
You're disrespectful as
I paid for the funeral as soon as it happened just because.
But fans weren't buying it. His words felt hollow while the platform doubled down on more chaos, not less. Viewers watched in disbelief as No Jumper turned into a madhouse, like when Suspect and Kelpie's on-set fight went viral, sparking arguments about how out of control the show had become. And then came Adam's most reckless move yet, sitting down with Blockstar, the convict tied to Pop Smoke's death. Adam tried to defend it, calling it hip-hop history. But to the culture, it was blasphemy. That interview erased what little goodwill he had left. And instead of repairing his brand, Adam dove even deeper into controversy. He pivoted from hip-hop credibility to clout-chasing shock value with Plug Talk, his adult podcast alongside his wife Lena the Plug, where they sat down with porn stars and pushed provocative content.
You're so helpless, so I'm not gonna have you help me with something where I feel like it's gonna take me double,
he's like a big
double
ass
the work.
kid.
I have very limited
I told
life
him the other day,
skills.
he's like, it's like dating a 13-year-old boy.
The downfall only got uglier when Adam's personal life bled into the spotlight. Lena's collab with actor Jason Love turned into a circus after Jason openly bragged about outshining Adam in ways that crushed his ego. And just when fans thought it couldn't get messier, Adam doubled down with For the Love of Lena, a reality-style show hunting for someone to have fun with his own wife. In the hyper-masculine world of hip-hop, Adam's image shattered completely. Rumors swirled that even Lena herself had lost respect for him, and fans saw Adam as a man willing to humiliate himself for clout. By 2025, it was clear Adam would do anything to stay relevant, even if it meant torching every ounce of credibility left. On February 18th, he dropped a bombshell on Twitter, a brand new meme coin called Adam22 coin. He hyped it up with, "What's up? I'm joining the crypto world, and I'm about to launch the biggest meme coin on Solana. Make sure you're ready today." Within hours, hype went nuclear. According to BitGet, trading volume exploded to over $4 million, and fans swore they were buying into a once-in-a-lifetime chance alongside their idol.
By the way, we haven't even gotten into the name of this coin, but the coin also, pump and dumped. There you go. Some of you might say, if you bought this, you deserve to lose money, right? I'll grant you that if you bought Adam22's coin, that is a financial error.
But the dream turned into a nightmare. Fast. The coin's price nosedived after insiders dumped massive bags, wiping out everyday investors who thought Adam had their back. What started as a $1 million rush turned into financial carnage. Fans who trusted him were left broke and furious, watching their cash evaporate while Adam kept quiet. That's when CoffeeZilla, the YouTube watchdog famous for exposing crypto frauds, jumped in and called it out for what it looked like, a pump and dump. He accused Adam of straight up exploiting his own supporters, inflating the hype just to drain the market dry. The numbers didn't lie. This was a disaster in real time. According to CoinMarketCap, Adam22's token hit decentralized exchanges at $0.05, then spiked to $0.15 within 30 minutes, a 200% surge fueled by over 10,000 ETH in trades during the first hour. But by 15:30 UTC, all liquidity was pulled, triggering a rug pull that crushed the price to zero. At its peak, Adam22 coin touched a $1.5 million market cap before collapsing into dust. The fallout was brutal. Trading volume on Uniswap plunged from 10,000 ETH to under 10 ETH in an hour, leaving investors staring at 99% losses. Adding insult, the coin's very name mocked the Jason Lovelina scandal, turning it into a joke at Adam's expense. Reddit exploded with posts ridiculing him, calling the whole drop a scam. Instead of accountability, Adam gave excuses. He tweeted, "I'm not happy with how my last meme coin drop went. What should I do differently next time?" On a podcast that same day, he pushed it further. "I was scammed."
I was scammed.
You were scammed?
You were scammed. I just came into this as an outsider. Then he tossed in a jab that 99% of his fans didn't know anything about crypto, only deepening the rift. Outrage went viral. One commenter said, "He claims he was scammed, but he's the one who got paid to promote it. What about the fans who lost everything?" Another blasted, "Pulling a Logan Paul move, playing victim when CoffeeZilla already warned him. From $5 million in hype to barely $3,000 in value." It was proof in plain sight. Adam22 was willing to throw his own community into a losing bet as long as he cashed out first. And now, karma seemed to be circling back. On April 2nd, 2025, Adam dropped a video that shocked fans. No Jumper is going broke. In it, he admitted to one fatal mistake: reckless overexpansion during the pandemic. He bragged about a $4 million building, dozens of new hires, and endless projects stacked on the belief that the money would never stop rolling in.
So I do think a small part, the latest in this whole RICO thing and people that were part of his platform. I think the FBI just subpoenaed him, was it last week?
Yeah,
or 2 weeks ago?
What you guys called me.
But reality hit like a brick. YouTube, Snapchat, and Facebook ad revenue tanked. The No Jumper Instagram account mysteriously got deleted. On top of that, lawsuits from ex-employees drained his pockets even further. Cornered, Adam started slashing costs, laying off staff, closing the store, and liquidating merch just to stay afloat. Instead of owning up, he turned to his fans for a bailout, rolling out paid membership tiers from $5 to $100 a month. The backlash was instant and brutal. Viewers mocked him as a millionaire, begging for spare change, with one viral comment blasting, "Watching Adam22 panhandle to fans is hard to stomach." That response showed just how far public trust had fallen, and suspicion only grew louder. Many speculated the so-called bankruptcy was just a cover-up to hide his real financial mess from law enforcement. The theory gained fuel when news of a federal RICO indictment against Big U dropped, dragging in familiar No Jumper regulars like Brick Baby and frequent guest Lou Cannon. At first, people dismissed it as speculation, but then Whack 100 dropped the bomb. Federal agents had shown up at Adam's door. The reason hasn't been revealed, but the feds wanted answers directly from him. Adam denied involvement, claiming No Jumper was the antidote, not the cause. Still, he shamelessly leaned on the drama for clicks, referencing it in videos to keep eyes on him. That's Adam's paradox. Once a platform builder for underground rap, he turned into a marketer of chaos, exploiting his wife, guests, and fans for views. By August 2025, it hit rock bottom. TMZ reported Jeremiah Reed sued Adam after allegedly being assaulted at No Jumper's HQ, claiming a concussion and $10,000 in damages. The case is still open, but the stain on Adam's name is permanent. For many, it felt like karma. Years of fueling violence and staged outrage finally caught up. The same antics that made No Jumper blow up are the ones that burned it down. And when it all collapsed, most of Adam's allies stayed silent, leaving him to face the wreckage alone. The lesson is simple. You can't build lasting glory off other people's pain. That kind of fame always fades. What do you think? Can Adam22 ever bounce back? Or is this the end of No Jumper for good? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest scandals in hip-hop.